Hi, welcome to the Pagan Mama's second video about tarot. My name is Baz, and today I would like to talk a bit about how to take care of your tarot cards. Now, there isn't a rule which is set in stone that you have to keep them in a black box or bind them with green ribbon or anything along those lines. Do whatever works for you. Now, personally, I like to keep my tarot decks in this cool wooden box I had purchased from an Indian gift store a few years back. And inside, when I managed to open it, okay, here we go. Inside you will see that I keep this black drawstring bag with a cute pentacle. Let me see if you can see it. Yep, here we are. Okay, white pentacle sewn on its front. So, I forgot who gave this to me, but it was a gift from someone who used to attend the study group that I used to organize a few years back. I think his mom had actually created this. Anyway, I find it really handy to keep my tarot cards in this tiny cute bag whenever I'm on the go, for obvious reasons. A wooden box is a bit heavy and it's not really practical to carry it around. So besides from that, you will also see that my cards are in a black cloth, which coincidentally is the cloth I use for readings. That was included with the deck when I had bought it about something like 12-13 years ago. Yes, now I feel old. Anyway, and they're all bound up with this pretty worn out red ribbon. Now, the reason I use a red ribbon is because back then when I was 15 or something along those lines, I had read in a book that you need to use a red ribbon to bind your cards with. Now, why red? I have no idea. I can't remember what I read it. I tried to look on Google to see if I could find any information as to why it has to be a red ribbon, and no luck. Now, the important thing is that you actually store your cards in a safe place where they are less likely to be prone to accidents, especially those of you with young children, or housemates or partners or parents. Unless you live on your own and you're my exact opposite, meaning you're not clumsy at all, you'll be sure that there will be a time where an accident will happen and your cards will suffer. So keep them safe, keep them somewhere where they're not exposed to the elements. Keep your coffee or tea away from them, otherwise you'll end up with a gorgeous deck which is soaked and ruined. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is some people say that you can't buy your own tarot deck. It has to be given to you by someone else as a gift. Now, the problem with that is, for those of you who, like me, when I started out back then all those years ago, I had no idea that there were other pagans on the island, let alone be in a good enough relationship with someone who would willingly give me a tarot deck as a gift. Obviously, as gifts go, the best gifts are those that you don't need to drop hints that you want, those that come by completely unexpected. And I wanted to get my own deck because I saw it in a shop, I fell in love with it, and I needed to have it. You know, gut feeling and whatnot. So it turns out that this is the only deck that I can actually read instinctively without needing to refer to one of those little books that you normally get with tarot decks that tell you what the card means and what it doesn't mean, who is the person, or what is the symbol that is depicted on the picture, and so on and so forth. So the whole thing about the tarot deck being given to you as a gift being the only way, forget it. It's not going to happen unless you are already part of a coven, or you're already in a good relationship, be it a family kind of relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendly relationship with someone. Unless you already know someone who knows what your interests are, what your beliefs are, chances of you getting a tarot deck are quite low. So don't feel bad that if you have to buy your own deck. Ultimately, this is likely to be one of many tarot decks that you will accumulate over the years. Personally, I think I have about 7 or 8 different decks. If I manage to find this tiny cute deck I have, I'll show it to you next time or the time after that. We'll see, but I have to find it. It's really, really tiny. Every deck is as big as my fingernail. It's cool. Anyway, as I was saying, if you feel that you need to get that particular deck, don't wait around for someone to give it to you. Just go for it, and you will learn to trust your instinct and actually know what the cards are telling you. If the tarot itself is your method of divination, if it is something that you are meant to do, you'll be fine regardless. Anyway, I think next time I post a video I might start going over the actual cards. I'll probably go through them in numerical order, starting with the major arcana. For today, I'm just going to show you what deck I love using. Once I manage to unwrap it, here we are. So mine is called the Mythic Tarot deck. This is the Fool. Let me see. Okay, there we are. The Fool. This is King of Pentacles. Excuse my shaky hand. And this is Hermes as the Magician. Now, my deck is based on Greek mythology. You will find various tarot decks, some of them based on specific stories, some of them based on mythologies. You will even find some Hello Kitty tarot decks if that's your thing. Personally, I wouldn't want that kind of deck. So there's quite a few. There's I forgot what it's called, something Rider Waite. That's one of the most popular decks you could ever come across, but I don't like it. It doesn't talk to me like these guys do. So we'll go over what the cards are, what other decks you are likely to come across. I'll give you a few examples, and anyway, that is for next time. For today, I would like to say bye and have a good day, enjoy your weekend, or bon appetit, depends what you're going to get up to. Anyway, I'm off. Blessed be.